In 2021, the collective consciousness that influenced the algorithm was a different beast. It didn't have the same eyes nor the same beat. It could never see the delineation from the forest and the trees. My name is Baby Bird, or Birdie if you have heard. And this logical, educational video is about how collectively XYs are unilaterally a net negative, while juxtaposing how investing in yourself will always be a net positive. This video is for the girls who are thinking about entertaining an XY in the big 2026. One of my favorite creators, Queen Sovereign, said, XYs are a distraction from your self-actualization, and I absolutely agree. When you choose to decenter, your nervous system, your heart, and your body truly know peace. But first, full disclosure, this video contains images and clips permissible under the Fair Use Act, meaning this is intentionally for commentary, criticism, and educational purposes. I'm not just showing content. I'm adding analysis, context, and my own perspective. If you feel neglected, be sure to put a few crumbs in the comment section for my eggies and I to devour. I know we've all heard the phrase, "What do you bring to the table?" Did you know, in sociology, this term is considered to be a discursive trope. A discursive trope is a repeated phrase, idea, or framing that circulates within discourse and carries ideological meaning, shaping how people think, speak, and understand reality, often subconsciously. This question pretends to be about standards, but it's really about power. Who gets to evaluate and who has to constantly perform to assert their value? If heterosexual commingling starts with an audit to assess the labor you plan to provide for an XY just for his mere presence, darling, this is an example of an individual that is showing his true parasitic nature. And another thing, this individual lacks the discernment and emotional intelligence to properly evaluate an individual sitting before him. Better yet, his insatiable ego and lack of inner world will constantly cloud his judgment, while projecting onto you the brokenness within him. Beloved, this is only the beginning of the devaluing stage. Many do not make it out of relationships alive. If you do not heed my implicit warnings within this video, I hope you have your affairs in order. By the way, did I mention this is also considered negging? Negging is a manipulative communication tactic in which someone delivers a backhanded compliment, question, or implication designed to undermine another person's confidence, create self-doubt, and shift the power dynamic in their favor, often while appearing casual, curious, or just joking. When a man demands what you bring to the table in a dating context, it often functions as negging, a subtle psychological tactic meant to lower a woman's perceived value so he gains leverage. Negging works by introducing doubt where none was needed. They often desire to see you shrink yourself and laugh when you squirm. This question pressures women to self-justify, over-explain, or perform usefulness, further distracting themselves from their own self-actualization, just for the amusement of an XY. Meaning, he likes the reflection of himself while peering into your eyes. Do you think loving an XY should be your own demise? Neither do I. Just to add some additional lore on this phrase, this dusty Kevin Samuels is responsible for its pervasive nature. Yuck! good riddance. As a palate cleanser, let's talk about Cynthia G. This amazing African-American woman was and is a trendsetter of her time. She coined the terms Pygmesia, Dusty, Pookie, and Ray Ray, and let's not forget about the phenomenon and concept that she spoke to, black male worshipping, that caused so much cognitive dissonance from black men and from black women. A true icon. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot. Hype me up. You know I love doing this stuff. I said hype me up so I can keep this up. Come on now, hype me up. In all fairness, wasn't that fun? Truth is, to get love, you gotta give love, so hype me up. Shall we get back to our scheduled programming? Now, ladies, for the ones who think that they're bigger than the program, I got something for ya. Give this a listen to before you want to listen to an XY.
And remember, ladies, all a man ever has to offer you is these things. Starting with BV, UTIs, yeast infections, and trauma. No accountability, mid-dick, cheating, unsolicited opinions, weight gain, debt, low self-esteem, insecurities, bitterness and misery, poverty, extra laundry, abandonment issues, emotional abuse, central nervous system shutdown, lost time, another boyfriend because they're DL, trust issues, stress and tears, depression, one-sided effort, chaos, PTSD, and emptying our bank accounts, audacity, heavy on audacity, unwanted pregnancy, heavy on that, single motherhood, heavy on that, violence, heavy on that, homelessness, annoyance and irritation, gaslighting and manipulation, heavy on that, financial abuse, heavy on that, disappointment, heavy on that, PTSD from marriage, heavy on that, lies, games, and headaches, heavy on that, cheating, heavy on that, anxiety, heavy on that, overthinking, heavy on that, high blood pressure, fatigue, deflection and blame, irritability, waste of time, heartache, frustration, exhaustion, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, all of the above. Betrayal, inconsistency, heavy on that, right? Broken egos for us to boost or fix. No accountability, gotta run that one back. STDs, notorious for that. Miscarriages, emotional unintelligence, heavy on that. Bad and lacking communication, heavy on that. Cheating again, existential dread, piss all over your toilet seats, emotional neglect, overthinking again, emotional damage, keeping you in situationships, messed up nervous system, drama, confrontation, and many red flags, as you can see, harassment, high blood pressure, bad credit, HIV and herpes, and more. Messy houses, cervical cancer, aka HPV, spiritual abuse, flus and laryngitis, other women's kids, can we clock that T? Emotional abuse, financial abuse, mental abuse, physical abuse, spiritual abuse, all of the above, right? STIs, shitty garbage sex, and toxic exes. Head games, notorious for that, right? Career regression or lost, notorious for that. Autoimmune diseases, embarrassment, energy drainage, because they're energy vampires. The 3 Bs, babies, bills, and bipolar. They're going to leave you with the 3 Bs. If not one, all 3, shit. PID, which is pelvic inflammatory disease. High cortisol levels, diminished independence, jailbirds, bacteria and viruses, notorious for that because it lives in their secretion. Rape and assault, notorious for that because if not a man, then what? Energy vampires, because that's what they are. Mental anguish, because that's what you're going to be dealing with and that's what you're going to get. Cheating, again, because they're notorious for that. No man is ever going to be loyal to you, ever. Sorry, not sorry, I'm going to tell you. Domestic violence, weight gain and loss. humiliation, uroplasma, migraines, and last but not least, death. So ladies, if that wasn't a reason to stay away from men, then I don't know what the fuck will be the reason.
On the realest thing I've ever known, if you love a girl, let it show. Let my pockets overflow, so I can be making more videos and better content and allow more neuroplasticity in the brain to grow. For those who have watched the entirety of my video, remember to say in the comment section, I saw a birdie. Spiritual smooches.